Kansas City paper here. Full text of President Grant's message to Congress. Tell off the press folks all about Jesse James. Here, read all about Jesse.
Here, son, give me one of those.
Me too.
Yes, lady. Here, boy. I'll take one of those.
Right down here, son. Hey, Bub, I don't see nothing in here about Jesse James.
Keep looking, mister, on page 4.
Now, this must be it. In the middle of column 3, Jesse James leads Grant. According to statistics, 5 male babies born in St. Joseph, Missouri during the past month have been christened Jesse James. During the same period, 3 have been christened Ulysses Grant.
Glorifying an outlaw. Naming babies after him. It's an outrage.
Yep, maybe so. But some folks is disposed to Jesse, claiming as how him and his kinfolks got a rough deal after the war.
And you think that excuses him for robbing banks?
Nope, maybe not. But some folks don't figure he needs any excuse, especially when it comes to robbing some of these land grabbers that have come in here since the war, getting rich off of other folks' misfortunes.
I'll have you understand, sir, that banks are the very foundation of modern progress.
If you run a bank, I reckon that's fine and dandy. But I still claim we was getting along first rate out here without so much such-like progress. How about it, old-timer? You look like you've been around here long enough to hold an opinion.
Well, now, I can't say about Missouri. This first time I've been back here in nigh on 15 years. Wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for my granddaughter. She argued me into settling out with California diggings.
Digging? Do you mean a gold mine?
Yep, placer. That's the first nugget took out of her. She weighs just a little mite shy of $19.06.
Well, a mine that size must have brought you a good price.
Well, I ain't complaining. Now, right in that bag, there's
I'm afraid folks out here have an exaggerated idea about California gold mines. All the nuggets aren't as big as that one. So I thought Grandpa should sell before the mine ran out and come back to Missouri. Owning land that grows something is a lot more...
Here she comes, boys. Hurry up.
You're exactly right, Miss. There's nothing like a good Missouri farm for security, and I happen to know a big piece of acreage right outside of Munis that can be bought. Here's my card. I'd like to be of assistance.
Thank you, Mr. Wyatt. My name's Mary Whitaker. What happened?
This is a holdup, folks.
Help!
Don't worry, madam. Jesse James never hurts anybody that listens to orders.
Reach higher and try and touch that genuine mahogany trim.
He means you too, Grandpa.
Reach. If it wasn't for the presence of this young lady, I
know. You'd show us how brave you are. Well, there are 3 more of us outside. I suppose you'd like to take care of them after mopping up on Frank and me. Never mind this. I'll take care of that. Keep them covered, Frank.
Move aside, Jesse, and let me shoot the car.
No, please don't.
Don't worry, lady. Leave him be. He's the only critter on this train with an ounce of spunk. Where you from, Grandpa? California gold diggings?
Yeah.
How'd you do out there?
I done all right. About time, too. Was at it 15 years.
Well, then you won't miss that watch and chain. Just drop it right in here. That's a good boy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. And you, sir? Wyatt Brothers Bank. Samuel Wyatt, president. Much obliged, Mr. Wyatt. Maybe someday we'll do business together.
Much obliged, folks. You can relax now.
remark, old-timer. I guess Jesse James ain't so smart after all.
How much you got there, mister?
Oh, about $40,000. Shoo.
Here you are, miss.
Thank you.
Next time your grandfather might not be so lucky. He should put his money in the bank and carry cashier's checks.
That's what I tried to tell him.
Let me tell you something, mister. I don't spend no 15 years finding a gold mine and then trusting some stranger with what I get for it. And I don't want no argufying about it, neither.
What's the exact amount, Bob?
There's $41,280.
Is that what you made it?
Yep, counting out what Mary paid for the house and furnishings this morning.
There you are, Mr. Whitaker. Now, this book tells you exactly how much you have on deposit.
Thank you, Mr. White. You've been very kind.
Thank you. Tomorrow we'll drop out and see that farmland I was telling you about. In the meantime, your money's in safe hands.
That's a big load off my mind. Don't you feel better, too?
I suppose so, but I don't feel like a rich man no more.
That's all.
Boys, you shouldn't take these chances.
We was heading by here anyhow and stopped by to leave a couple letters.
That's better than trusting the mail.
This is for you, and this one's for old man Horner. Inside's a little donation from the railroad company. Kind of makes up for the way they cheated him out of that right-of-way. It ain't any more than right and just, Mom.
Horner gave most of his life to clearing that land.
Where's Dr. Samuels?
He's out on a sick call.
And Buster, where's he?
He's been in bed long ago. I'd waken him, only... Well, you know how his father feels about...
Jesse, is that you?
You bet, Buster. You're glad to see me?
Gee whiz, yes. Hello, Frank.
Hello, Buster.
Why don't you come to see us more often?
Well, you see, we've been kind of busy. How you getting along in school?
Well, all right, I guess. I'm up to long division.
Do you like your teacher?
Mm-hmm.
And the other kids, they treat you all right?
Gee whiz, yes. And you know, Jesse, when we play fox and hounds, they always let me be the fox. And most of the time, they can't catch me. Why does that make them say I'm a lot like you?
Well, I don't know. I haven't any idea. I guess you better go back to bed, Buster. Good night now.
Good night, Jesse. Good night, Frank.
Good night, Buster.
I guess the doc's right about him not seeing too much of Frank and me. We gotta go now, Mom.
Goodbye.
Come on.
Hurry up, come on in. Close that door.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Well, hurry up with that fuse. We haven't got all night, Jesse.
Mr. White, you sure enough had me fooled. I thought
Sounds like it come from the bank.
Declare war on James Brothers. Offer huge reward. Captain Worthington, head of railroad police, on way to Missouri. Attracted by an offer of a $50,000 reward, Captain Worthington left Chicago for the scene of last night's bank robbery. If you hurry, you can get to Munis in time to confer with him, Roy.
I don't expect that a big gun like Worthington will pay much attention to a peace officer like me.
That's all right. But we can't afford to work at cross purposes with the railroads. So you'd better get together with Worthington somehow.
All right, if that's orders.
Not orders exactly, Roy. It's in the form of a suggestion. Our principal interest right now is in having that bank in Munis open its doors again.
The only thing is, I can't figure out how Jesse hops around fast enough to do all the things they say he does. Missouri one day and Minnesota the next.
Yes. I've been thinking of that, too. Well, anyway, here are your instructions in writing.
Stand back. Sam Wyatt, tell him to come out.
We got a right to know about our money.
Just a moment, please. I have some encouraging news for you. Oh, Captain. This is Captain Worthington, head of the Railroad Detective Service. He's going to take charge of everything.
But what about our money?
That's why Captain Worthington's here. He's going to get it back for you.
We're not looking to him for it, Sam. We're looking to you.
Well, I'd make good your losses if I could, but I'm broke, too. Every cent that Bob and I had was in that vault.
I can't help that. I want my money.
Son of a
You better go back inside, Sam.
Yes.
Now listen to me, folks. You're all my friends. I know how you feel. And I don't blame you. But as long as I'm sheriff of this county, I am to see that justice is done to each and every one of you. If it's the fact that the bank has been cleaned out, you ain't going to gain anything by messing things up. So the best thing you can do is to go back home and let Captain Worthington here get started after Jesse James. Hi there, Roy.
Hi, Sheriff.
What brought you up in this neck of the woods? I thought you had enough horse thieves in your part of the country to keep you busy all summer.
Hung the last one a week ago, so I quit the stock raisers and hired out to the Bankers Association. They told me when I got down here to get in touch with you, Captain Worthington. Name's Rogers.
Why'd they want you to see me?
They thought maybe we could cooperate. But this is all they gave me in the way of instructions.
Call on Jesse James. Do you know where to find him?
Well, I hadn't given much thought to that. Just started looking, I guess.
Would you know if you saw him?
Not without an introduction.
Neither did anybody else in this part of the state, except maybe his ma, over in the next county, and his stepdaddy, old Doc Samuels. See you right after lunch in about an hour. Come on, Finn. I have an idea that fellow's a lot smarter than he pretends to be. For instance, the sheriff's remark about horse thieves.
We better team up with him then. That way we can clean up our business quicker.
Our only job is getting that $50,000 reward, and that's worth waiting for. What if James does commit a few more crimes before we catch up with him? That may cause him to raise the ante.
And we don't want to split with someone who calls himself Rogers. But how are we going to shake loose from him?
We won't. We'll pretend to cooperate with him till we find out what he's up to, and then we'll cut in ahead of him.
So it looked like the only clue we've got to go on is one of the robbers is wounded.
Yep. That's what Hamlin, the teller, claims. He's sure he hit one of them. Said he saw him grab the horn to keep himself in the saddle. How about stepping over to the house with me and having a snack?
I'm much obliged, Sheriff, but I just took on a late breakfast. So I guess I'll look around some while I'm waiting for Worthington. Maybe right out in the direction the robbers went. Can never tell what a feller's liable to stumble onto.
That's right.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
But where did you come from?
Well, I saw you putting up that sign, so
You want to see the house. We'll come right on in.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
My name's Mary Whittaker.
Pleased to meet you, Miss Whittaker.
Well, this is it, Mr.
Rogers.
How many in your family, Mr. Rogers?
Only one, counting myself, up to the present.
Oh, in that case, I mean, if you're intending to get married, well, wouldn't you want her to see it, too, before you made up your mind?
Oh, I guess whatever would suit you would suit her all right. Is that organ in good condition?
Yes, sir. Has a lot of brand new stops you probably never saw before.
I like to ride through the Echo Mountain. The echo makes my dream come true. I say I love you, it says I love you, and I imagine I ride with you. I like to roam through the Echo Mountain. It makes me feel that you are near. I say I miss you, it says I miss you, and I keep thinking it's you I hear. You, where can you be? You answer me. I long for you, dear, from early morning until the stars begin to shine. So I'll keep riding through Echo Mountain until the moment you're really mine.
Gabriel Whittaker, whatever are you up to?
I'm up to getting my belongings back, that's what. I was willing to forget about my watch and chain, but when some ornery rascallion figures on skinning me out of $40,000, right there's where I start getting mad.
Please, Grandpa, there's no sense to getting yourself all excited.
Excited? Who's excited? That Jesse James has overreached himself, that's what. And if I ever lay hands on him, I'll... Who's your friend, Mary?
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Rogers, this is my grandfather. Mr. Rogers just dropped in to look at the house. You see, we had all our money in the bank Jesse James robbed. That's why Grandpa's so excited.
I tell you, he ain't excited. I'm mad. And there's a heap of difference.
You lost your money? Is that why you had to rent your home?
Yes, we just bought it and the furniture, too. We expected to settle down here and buy farming property. And then...
I let him argufy me into putting my money in the bank. Let me tell you something, young feller. Never have nothing to do with no banks. If you got any money to protect, get yourself a good dog. Like Whiskers here. Be a whole lot safer with him.
Please, must we go into all that again? I suppose it's my fault, mostly. Grandpa never had any use for banks, but after we got caught in that train holdup and Jesse James almost got our money...
Almost nothing. Whiskers here scared him off quick. Made a grab for his nose, got his mask instead. Pulled it clean off his face.
Wait a minute. You trying to tell me you were on that train that Jesse James robbed?
You're darn tootin'.
And that dog there unmasked him?
Yes, sirree.
You must know what he looks like.
Well, maybe not for sure, but Mary here would. Looked him square in the eye.
Is that a fact, miss? Would you know him if you saw him again?
Well, I suppose so.
Well, come along with me. You too, Grandpa.
But what about the house? Don't you want to see the kitchen?
Oh, I'm sorry about that, miss, but... Oh, to tell you the truth, I wasn't even looking for a place to rent.
You're not?
No, ma'am.
But I thought you said... Aren't you going to get married, either?
No, ma'am. Anyway, not that I know of. The marrying idea was yours.
Oh, you...
Now, listen, miss, I've got an appointment to keep, and you've got to go along to identify Jesse James.
I'm what? Are you crazy?
No, ma'am. I'm a peace officer. You come along. I might need you, too. If what I've got in mind works out, you won't need to rent your house. Not that I claim to be any great chucks as a detective, Captain Worthington, but seems common sense if one of the James boys was wounded. He'd be looking up a doctor sooner or later.
That sounds reasonable.
And the likeliest doctor for him to think about will be his own stepfather.
Well, possibly.
Anyway, it wouldn't do us any harm to ride out that way and find out. Especially now that Miss Whittaker would know Jesse if she saw him anywhere.
Sounds like a wild goose chase to me. But of course, if you insist, Miss Whittaker.
Insist? I don't even know what he's talking about. I suppose our next move would be to walk up to the house and say we'd like to rent it. Maybe they'd have Jesse show us through the place. Good evening. Are you the doctor?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, my grandfather's just come down with cramps or something. That's our campfire over there.
I'll be with you as soon as I get my medicine kit.
Good night, Mother.
Good night, dear.
Good night, Buster.
Good night, Pop.
Good night, dear. I try not to be long, but don't wait for me.
Everything's all clear. Samuels is down at the camp with the Rogers.
All right, let's go.
They say the James boys shoot fast and straight. And if they're in that house, they'll have to pick us off before we get them located.
I'll locate them before they locate us. Ever see one of these?
No, what is it?
One of those new naphtha torches. All I do is light the fuse and let it burn down about there. And I throw it in a window just in time to light up the whole place. We rush in, have everybody covered before they know what it's all about.
Everybody ready?
Sure.
Get back, Buster.
Let's get out of here.
What are you doing here?
Well, it wasn't supposed to explode.
What wasn't?
But I nabbed a torch. I threw it in there and lighted up the place. And I thought, oh, let go, man. Tell you it was an accident.
So,
Martha. Martha.
Buster. Buster.
Take it easy, Martha.
Buster.
Take it easy.
he's burned some, but he'll be all right. Nebraska. That's the man. Sand Valley, Nebraska. What do you know about him?
As far as I know, Thompson's a hard-working, law-abiding citizen. He had a brother, though, called Bud. They had to send him to Leavenworth for trying to rob a post office.
Is he still in Leavenworth?
As I recollect, his sentence has 3 or 4 more years to run. Why?
What do you make out of this? I found that in the burning house last night.
Gosh almighty, Roy, you've got Jesse James' post office address.
Now, I know I see a postcard for you here somewhere. From down in Leavenworth. Your brother Bud said he's getting along as well as could be expected. And oh, here it is. He says... here's your newspaper, too.
Much obliged. I'll raise you all I got.
Drag 10, Cole. I'm that much shy. Wait a minute. Maybe you'll let this make up the difference.
All right. Tray's full on 7s.
Hello, Mac.
Hi, Jesse. Here's your going, Frank. Want to see what's new, Jesse?
Come on, Frank. We got work to do.
Why? What's the matter, Jesse?
A bank detective started a raid the other night. Mom and Buster have been hurt.
You the sheriff?
No, I'm the sheriff. Sheriff's out of town. Well, maybe you can tell me what I want to know.